Blokes are back. They're off and racing. No speed by California Grass, and Sirabom is one of the first into stride. McGeehan being sent forward out wide. Celestial Fury right up on the speed goes to second. Semper Fortis handy, and they're followed then by Kingston Charm of the Black Cap fourth, the Rouse. McGeehan next from Ajita. Further back to Humanity. This is the moment deeper out. Midfield Extreme Freedom, a length off to Deficit, then State of America. 2 lengths further back to California Grass there in the white cap in front of the favourite Flying Bandit. 2 lengths away to Cavett. So there's probably about 14 lengths covering the field, and Sirabon has been well specced. Takes the lead here in the hands of Zach Boddy, and it's Sirabon out by a length and a half to Semper Fortis. Followed by McGeehan parked up on the outside. Railing through into fourth there is Kingston Charm on the inside of Celestial Fury. This is the moment next, caught a little bit deep. 2 further back to Ajita, then Humanity buried down on the fence. Extreme Freedom is next. A length further back to Deficit, State of America, and a gap back in the field to California Grass, the favourite Flying Bandit, and still 2 lengths away to Cavett. No change to the order, and Sirabon at the 700 metres, a half in front to McGeehan as they start to quicken it up a bit. This is the moment. It's been wide going to third. On the outside is Semper Fortis, then came Celestial Fury. Extreme Freedom moves up now 3 wide with cover, and State of America gets onto its back. Flying Bandit being hard ridden going to fourth last as they turn, and Sirabon comes up the rise in front from McGeehan. Then came State of America running on. Extreme Freedom between them. State of America showed a good sprint there and hits the lead at the 250 and draws away from Sirabon. Extreme Freedom, Ajita, and then came Flying Bandit, but State of America's full of running inside the 50, and State of America set for a big win. Good go. The minus Flying Bandit grabs second in front of Extreme Freedom, and Ajita finished in fourth. Good gap back to the rest. Humanity, McGeehan, Sirabon. Deficit was warming up at the end. Further back to Curvet. This is the moment. Semper Fortis. Further back to Kingston Charm, Celestial Fury, and California Grass.
What a start to the day for young Zach Lloyd. He's got a big day ahead of him. He'll be riding Lady Shenandoah in the Flight Stakes. He'll be on Zardozi in the Metropolitan, and he'll be riding Molly Bloom in the Epsom. He has thumped them in the opener. State of America, Zach Lloyd and David Payne.
Well, he found his race today, didn't he? He treated them with contempt there. He just chimed in and he races away. He really appreciated getting that extra 200 metres today with momentum, and that is a big way to start the day for a young apprentice who has some big rides to come. So his confidence will be sky high. Flying Bandit, his turn is not far off. He's going to win one of these very, very shortly. Extreme Freedom wide again and battling on well. Ajita had every possible. Can't say much about the others. It was a 1-act affair late. He was really clearly superior there. State of America.
Well done, Dave. That was a very dominant win.
Yeah, you know, if you look at his last run, Gregor was excellent run, and he's just saying to Mandy, he's taken a long time to mature. He's very immature horse, and finally now I think he's going to reach his peak.
Last start he had to make up too much ground.
Yeah, well, he needed the run too as well, yeah, and today now we are spot on.
And he really scooted over that course. He loved that firm going.
Yeah, no, he loved it, yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Zach. Exactly how you want to start a big day.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to get on the board early with some nice rides coming up, but no, that horse was really good. He had that race in his keeping from the top of the straight, and yeah, put them away nicely.
Accelerated well.
He did, yeah. I think the trick with him is just getting him to switch off early, because he can be a bit soft in his mouth and just seems to over-race, but he fell asleep today, and I got a lovely card in the race behind Tommy Berry, and he quickened very sharp, so on to better things for him.
Well done, mate.
Thanks.
This is the Arrowfield Breeders' Plate.
With 4 in the race. The light is on. Stand by for a break. North England with the red cap, Tuscany the white. They're set and they're racing. Pretty good line out. Raging Force jump well together with Aussie Mozzie wide out, and now North England speeding through on the inside, and North England trying to hold out Aussie Mozzie. They're followed by Tempestuous, Raging Force, Hidden Motive, Tuscany's back third last in the white cap. Oh, Valedictorian got close to heels, got a check there, and King Kirk went past it. Racing to the front, North England, and Tim Clark puts the brakes on now from Aussie Mozzie, and Raging Force is over racing 3 wide. Tempestuous there with a big white face fourth on the rails. miles, and then Tuscany trying to slice through the pack. Into the straight, North England comes up the rise, beating off Aussie Mozzie. Then Raging Force, Tuscany into the clear, King Kirk to the outside. North England at the 250, 2 lengths clear from Tuscany running on. So's King Kirk the outside, but North England's going strongly from Tempestuous. King Kirk wide out, North England just in front. Tempestuous, King Kirk, go to it, King Kirk! King Kirk, right on the line, got up to knock off North England and Tempestuous. Then Hidden Motive. Tuscany didn't run on. Further back to Valedictorian from Raging Force and Aussie Mozzie.
It'll be King Kirk. It'll be King Kirk, number 4, getting up to win the Breeders' Plate. And for the second year in a row, it'll be a Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott trifecta. Last year they did it with Espionage, Straight Charge and Prost. This year they'll do it with King Kirk, North England and Tempestuous, just lining them up for second and third. There's King Kirk getting the bob in. Might be Tempestuous second, it is. Number 9 has run second, Tempestuous. And number 5, North England, has run third. Hidden Motive will be fourth in a time of 57.6.
Wow, they're fantastic with their 2-year-olds. And what about that roar? If that's the start of the day, I don't know how it's going to finish, because I know he's my racehorse horse, and there's a lot of owners, but that roar down that straight, I suppose when they're yelling for 3 of them, and that's a big effort to come right down the outside there for a horse that, in a race like this, when they're inexperienced, but a really good debut here. The old A Kirk gets home here. To beat Tempestuous, who has bobbed for second, and North England. So Waterhouse Bott, here they are with their 2-year-olds off with a bang.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Ronnie. And that horse, obviously getting back in the position that Rachel was in, the race changed complexion a few times from about the 600 through to the 100-metre mark. But to get back, hit the line like that, these 2-year-olds these days are educated so well that years ago you'd never see them really work from the back of the field like that, but that was a super win.
So 57.6, 33.86 the last 600, and a couple of first season sires. Well done, Adrian. We stood in this spot 12 months ago and you trifected this very race. You've done it again.
Yeah, it's very satisfying to do. Obviously, we brought a bunch of lovely colts here today. So satisfying to see them all perform well. Very exciting for the season going ahead.
It was hard to know who was best coming away from those trials the other day. It seemed as though every one of them trialled really well.
Yeah, they did their jobs. They did what was asked of them on the day. They all were well educated and trialled professionally, and it was good to see the improvement that they took into the race today. And they're going to follow sort of some of the blueprint that we've had for them previously. We'll see a couple go through to the Magic Millions, and obviously big picture, the Golden Slipper.
What do you think of the winner?
He's a very exciting horse. To give them a bit of a head start the way in which he did, I sort of got a little bit further back than expected in the run. Just sort of had to ride him a bit quiet from the draw. So gave them a bit of a task to catch them up. So it was a pretty good effort, the manner in which he did it.
And the other two?
Very brave. Put themselves up on pace. I thought Tim was going to be able to pinch the race the way he topped the rise there and let down. When Nash was coming off his heels, I thought he may have been the only challenger. And I must say, as I said, King Kirk Late was obviously very strong.
Exciting times. Well done.
Thanks very much.
Congratulations, Rachel. That was a really nice win. To come from back where he did and hit the line like he did, super.
Yeah, he's smart. Like he's got a brain to go with the talent, I think, which is nice to see. Not many 2-year-olds will do that sort of first start. He was a little bit revved today. He knew what it was about. He'd switched on from the trials, but loved the way he came back under me, relaxed, took a nice deep breath around the corner. I knew he was going to be strong late, and he really deserved that.
How much upside do you think he's got?
There's plenty more to come. Like he got past him, the horse is on his inside, and sort of wandered a touch. He's just still learning how to really put them away. So he's going to go out and strengthen up and be bigger and stronger.
Here's the light. Ready to run. The filly set to fly. Full field of 14, and we're ready to go. Gates are back now and they're off and racing. Olay in the yellow whiteout began particularly well together with Alabama Charm in the red cap. Bella Zane's out very deep and Scrumptious improving on the rails from Pearl to Chocolat. Memo had to go back as Belle Mercy's charging along the rails. Fairy Steps trying to get onto its back. Very deep out Autumn Blonde is over racing. Tupacari in the second half of the field from Voting Rights. Memo it's outside from Queen of Clubs. Luma Light and Gal Jeanette the last one. Well, Belle Mercy went right up the inside and holds the lot of them out. From Olay, then came Fairy Steps. Alabama Charm under the pump from Bella Zane. Tupacari's all strung up. Got a check there from Scrumptious. Belle Mercy held together inside the 250. Olay's flat to the boards doing the chasing. And then came Bella Zane, but Belle Mercy goes into another gear now, really starting to open up. Memo's making good headway on the outside, but Belle Mercy, that's a class performance. Belle Mercy won it comfortably from Olay, and Memo on the outside third in front of Tupacari doing her best work late. Then came Pearl de Chocolat from Scrumptious. Next in was Bella Zane from Queen of Clubs, Autumn Blonde. Further back to Voting Rights, Luma Light, Gal Jeanette. Weakening out Alabama Charm, and Fairy Steps was last to finish.
Belle Mercy has bolted in here for Chad Schofield and John Thompson. And we're going to go back to the start and just watch her save all the ground while horses were trying to find their spots, and Olay was just sitting out in the middle of the track. Chad Schofield just took his time, Ronnie, to hunt up, hold the rail and lead around the home turn with ease.
Yeah, she's a nice filly. Like, your natural 2-year-old, well set up by John Thompson, I must say. Got the barrier, used it to her advantage, and was too good for that lot. She's a neat little filly. Look, Olay, Memo, good. I thought the unlucky runner might have been, I don't know whether she would have won, but should have fought the finish right out here. Tupacari, she hit a hurdle coming to the pen there when she was travelling up. So we'll have to have another couple of looks at that. But the numbers in the frame and an easy watch.
Yeah. Winning trainer John Thompson, what a lovely filly.
Lovely filly. From day one, she's just been a natural. You can always tell early, when they're pretty good, and yeah, she's ticked all the boxes from day one.
What's the last 10 days been like since she was here at the trials?
I've got to say, I don't get nervous, but I was a little bit toey today. But she's good horses, just do it, So it's nice to have another one. Thankful to the breeders for giving me a quality filly to train.
You were nervous because you knew what you were bringing to the races?
Yeah.
And where does she rank with some of the better youngsters you've trained?
I've won a Jim Crack before with a nice filly, and she spelled and come back for the slipper. This filly will do the same.
Okay.
Yep.
So she's out after today?
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Chad. Wow.
Yeah, she's very, very impressive. I thought she'd win, but it was good to see her come and do that. She's just impressed all the way through. Every gallop, every jump out, every trial, well, the one and only trial she's had, she's impressed. She's a very, very smart filly. And well done to John and his teams. They've educated and brought her here today in a great frame of mind. She was very mature, very sensible, and she knew what she was doing.
Was that the plan to lead on her?
It was never the plan to lead. In all her work, we've always trained her to sit off and finish well. Even in the trial, I dragged her back and got her in amongst them, and she finished well. So we were never going to lead, but I just wanted to make sure she stepped cleanly, being a 2-year-old having her first start. And once she did that, I still had the belief a couple would lead me, but I just had too much horse underneath me, and I would have had to break her stride and disappoint her just for the sake of getting cover. So I let her slide. I kept the rail next to her, and she went as straight as a frozen rope, and she was very genuine.
Well done.
Thank you.
This is the Dulcify.
So we're just about ready now for the Dulcify Stakes. The light is on and we're ready to run. Stand by. Racing now. That's a lovely line out. With the exception of Last Command, we'll go back to last. Meteor World jumped well together with Johnny the Kid. Depth of characters going forward. Jockeys really jostling for positions here, and Depth of Character moves up on the outside of Johnny the Kid. Paces all right early. China's Sea driving through on the rails. Takes third spot in front of Meteor World. Then Interjection dropping back on the outside of Just Party. The favourite third last Swift Falcon, followed by Last Command. And Pleasure Artist is the last one. Depth of Character came across from the outside of the hands of Tom Sherry and takes the lead from Johnny the Kid a length away. Then China's C well positioned inside Media World. 2 off to interjection in the running line, and the outside of Just Party. A gap back to Swift Falcon, Last Command, and Pleasure Artist last of all. Inside the 800 metres, Depth of Character in a more forward roll today. Leads by a half to Johnny the Kid, followed by China Sea, then Media World, Just Party interjection. Swift Falcon from Last Command, and Pleasure Artist last of all, approaching the corner, and Depth of Character a half in front. Johnny the Kid, Media World peeling 3 wide, interjection coming to the outside, then China Sea and Just Party strung up as they come up the rise, and Johnny the Kid gave the lead of the eye there, but quickly Media World's on the scene, and Media World takes the lead from interjection. Swift Falcon winding up, Just Party's in a traffic jam as Swift Falcon takes the lead now, 150 out, and Swift Falcon's drawn clear from Media World. Down the outside is Pleasure Artist, but Swift Falcon is home and hose, beating on the outside. Pleasure Artist grabbing second in front of Media World, and Just Party with traffic to deal with ran fourth when clear. Then interjection from Last Command, further back China Sea weakening out. The 2 leaders are shot ducks, Depth of Character and Johnny the Kid.
It's like he joined in at the furlong. Swift Falcon has bolted in and given them a cold as he went past. Pleasure Artist is going to get up and run second, and Media World, who is cruising up towards the rise, has to settle for third. Swift Falcon, Team Hawks, Jay Ford, he'll be riding Unusual Legacy with the 50.5 in the Metrop later today.
Yeah, he's obviously a more switched on horse as a 3-year-old now. That's a comprehensive win. He overpowers them and puts a gap in them, so I don't know what his target is, but whatever it is, he's going to be a worthy contender. She might be a nice little filly, that filly that's run second, a little bit of specking. Pleasure Artist just out of maiden class there. Media World did cruise up, but just didn't quite go on with the job. Probably a little bit forgiving, should have finished closer without winning Just Party, but a dominant winner from a pretty nice horse, I think.
Yeah, going to give credit where credit's due, Jay Ford.
Well done, Michael. What a performance.
Yeah, thanks, Greg. Look, everything went to plan. I said to Jay just pre-race, just try and maybe get a couple behind you, but at about the 600, I just kept thinking, just sit, and Jay didn't get too itchy. He actually rode the perfect race, and then he peeled out on the corner, and he just let the horse do the rest.
Remember his dad having a sprint like that too?
Yeah, first start at Wyong, his dad let rip like he did down the outside. But, this bloke, he's untapped, he's still learning, he's only had a handful of starts, and we've just tried to take everything, I suppose, quiet with him. Took the easy option to go to Melbourne first up and bring him back here, and he's well on his way.
And what do you think about him stepping up over further?
We've always thought he's a spring champion horse. To be fair, John Hawkes thought that was the race for him from the get-go, and he just looks like he'll lead up 2,000 every day of the week. But, more importantly for the sire exceedance, we couldn't be happier. I've been raving about him for a long, long time. And then, of course, Ole Kurt goes out and wins the 2-year-old and runs second. So our stallions have had a fantastic day, and this bloke, there's more to come.
Yeah, well done. Good
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jay. Looks like the further he goes, the better he'll get.
Yeah, he's a beauty. He's always shown really good talent. He's just showing you glimpses of what he can do. This preparation, he's really executed really well. As you're seeing, he picked them up very effortlessly and had a bit in hand. So he'll just keep improving. Every time you see him step out, you're going to see a better version of him. But he's just executing everything down now, just nailing it. And he'll get better. Like you said, he'll go up in trip, but he'll go up in grade, and he'll handle both.
This is race 5 on Epsom Day at Royal Randwick.
And we're ready to run. And they're racing. Great line out. Snowman off the inside jump well. Queen of Dragons pounced into a very prominent roller. They're followed then by Riazan splitting the pair. Overriding settles in fourth. Then a real queue of them. Benno's on the fence from Chica Mojito. Very wide out, St Lawrence going back, Ducasse going back together with Cafe Millennium. Little Mix is last, floating's up midfield in a wide position. So Snowman holds the front narrowly, and James McDonald's not giving up the lead. It's Snowman in front by a half to 3/4 on Riazan, and Queen of Dragons has to roll forward. So Queen of Dragons in a 3 wide spot got to second, Riazan third, and overriding with cover in fourth. 2 lengths further back to the favourite Chica Mojito on the outside of Benno. 2 lengths away to Floating. Then came Ducasse, Cafe Millennium. St Lawrence has got well back now, and Little Mix 2 lengths away last of all. So Snowman's trying to dominate today. Snowman in front by 3/4 to Queen of Dragons. They're followed then by overriding on the inside of Riazana. Further back Chica Mojito from Benno. Floating peeling 3 wide. Ducasse 4 wide. Cafe Millennium sliding gaps now, getting them as they turn for home. And Snowman's at a pretty soft lead here. Overrides at a tail trail and is coming off to give chase. Then came Riazana, and Chica Mojito is winding up with big strides on the outside. 2 lengths further back to Floating. Riazan got to the front. Riazan by a neck or so. Chica Mojito hasn't got there from overriding, and then Floating. And here's St Lawrence bursting on the scene. Riazan tackled by St Lawrence, and St Lawrence causes an upset. Beats Chica Mojito, got up for second at the end from Riazan. Then came Little Mix and Floating. Further back Cafe Millennium, Ducasse. Overriding had its chance from Queen of Dragons, Benno, and Snowman finished last.
Snowman stopped very quickly. St Lawrence over the top of them. Number 5, Tommy Berry for Kieran Maher. He's going to pay $9.40 and $2.60 on the tote. St Lawrence, runner-up in the Goulburn Cup. He's fully eligible for the Little Dance. And he's picked up a Saturday race, a benchmark 94 on his road there.
Yeah, well, it's been a while. He showed so much promise early on, this horse. He won a heap of races early on. He's been good all prep, just hasn't had a killer punch. But they tried to ride him more positive today, as did a few others in the race. And Tommy went to Plan B, and Plan B has worked. And he gets over the top of him late to beat Chica Mojito. Well, I reckon she'll come on from that run. She was just a bit gawky and a bit all at sea there, but just outpointed on the day without a doubt. And the 10-year-old, he loomed up again there. He's going really good, that Riazan, paying his way. What can we say about the rest? I'm not sure, but it's been a while, but he's back in the winner's circle.
Well done, Kieran. It's been a while for St Lawrence. Not that he's been racing badly.
No, not at all. It was good run in the Goulburn Cup the other day, and we thought with that placing we might be able to sneak him into a Little Dance, and we thought that's probably his level, but we're planning on rolling forward here today. It was just a bit of an awkward draw, but he didn't step that well, and Tommy's riding great, and I'm glad he rode him quiet and finished off. But he's thriving in what he's doing. These older geldings, you just got to get him happy and healthy, and that was a pretty even race, that, and he rode him well, and the team had done a good job.
And he likes being up at the beach, does he?
Yeah, he goes to all the locations, actually.
On a busman's holiday.
Yeah, well, some of these horses, you keep them moving around. He's been up quite a while, but a change is as good as a holiday sometimes. So, the system's working well.
Great, well done.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Tommy. Nice enough win.
Yeah, no, it was. It wasn't the plan, but the plans don't always work out. We're going to be a little bit more positive on him today, but there was a few others that had the same idea, so just went back to his original racing style and rode him confident, and he got a lovely drag into the race. And these older horses, all they need is a little bit of confidence sometimes to get them to go to the next level, and hopefully that win does it for him.
Is acceleration better than normal?
I didn't expect it, yeah. I thought when I was poking through, I thought, this is going to be perfect for you. You're not going to get to the front too early. But even when he found himself in front, he had a little look around, but I persuaded him to hold on for a little bit longer.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thanks.
No autumn glow today. Final price with the favourites here, Tim.
Yeah, we're not mucking around now. Out to $260 about the favourite into 310, Lady Shenandoah. Further money for Powers of Opal, $650.
Here's the Group 1.
They're ready to jump. Racing now, Lazura flopped out of the gates last. Snow in May was second last out. Lady Shenandoah jumped all right with Miss Bustlinger, and Powers of Opal is pushing through on the inside. Might lead all of them here. Then Harlem Queen, 3 further back to Snow in May, and Lazura, who flopped out of the gates last, settles in that position. So Powers of Opal has been very strong as a back marker in lead-up races, makes the running here in a race void of any speed. So Powers of Opal leads by 2 on Miss Bustlinger. Harlem Queen third the fence. Lady Shenandoah took a sit and gets some nice cover at this point. Snow in May the favourite, 2 lengths behind her and a length off to Lazura. So it's the maiden of the field, Powers of Opal in front, leads by 2 lengths to Miss Bustlinger. Harlem Queen well positioned third, a half the outside Lady Shenandoah, a length and a half then to Snow in May, and Lazura sees them all. So the 6 fillies race towards the home corner and the Group 1 flight stakes, 600 metres to go. Powers of Opal in front by a length to Miss Bustlinger, then Harlem Queen, Lady Shenandoah next, 2 further back to Snow in May, and Lazura's back last of all. Coming around the turn, Powers of Opal going boldly in the lead. Miss Bustlinger under pressure. Lady Shenandoah gets going very swiftly on the outside, and here comes the lady. Lady Shenandoah put paid to Powers of Opal and Snow Queen 2 lengths away. 200 metres to go. Lady Shenandoah's full of running. She's strong. She's robust, and Lady Shenandoah's home and hosed here in the flight stakes. Harlem Queen bursting home late, but Lady Shenandoah trounces them. Harlem Queen second, Snow in May third, Powers of Opal fourth, then Lazura, and Miss Bustlinger was last in.
Well, this young son of a gun, Zach Lloyd, wins his second career Group 1. His first was in a Stradbroke with Steffi Magnetica, who he's got to look forward to in the Everest in a few weeks' time. But today he jumps aboard Lady Shenandoah for the first time on a race day, and he rides a Group 1 for Chris Waller, whose career has gone now to 164 Group 1 victories. Lady Shenandoah, Chris Waller and Zach Lloyd make a mess of them in the Darley Flight Stakes.
She's good. She's very, very good. And the boy's becoming a man in riding a Group 1 winner for Chris Waller as an apprentice is a feather in your cap, and what a dominant performance. We'll never know what might have happened here. The way she travelled and just owned that race and was so brilliant. A big thrill for Harlem Queen, a Group 1 placings. And, well, Snow in May seemed to have a chance when she got on Lady Shenandoah's back, but Lady Shenandoah in a league of her own.
Well done, Chris. We'll never know, but I reckon she would have given Autumn Glow a bit of a rush today.
For sure. No, it was. I love the way she stylishly come up the rise, and she's still green, but a rising star, obviously, still very raw. But the way she finished it off was pretty special.
Group 1 victory. Is she in for a long prep? Will she make it to the 1,000 guineas?
She wasn't supposed to be running today. I had her in the trials yesterday. I didn't really want her to be getting up against Autumn Glow just this early in her preparation, because I thought she'd just be the perfect 1,000 guineas horse. But when, there's a small field and that tempted us to run, and even if Autumn Glow ran, we probably would have ended up running in. But I didn't expect sort of a 6-horse field, so she's here and she's got a Group 1 next to her name.
And do you bide your time now to 1,000 guineas?
It's a long way to wait, and when you see her, she's still lightly framed, and I don't think it'll be our normal path.
Not when she's got one under the belt now.
Yeah, she might get her chance to take on Autumn Glow in the autumn.
Something to look forward to.
It will be.
Well done.
Thanks.
Congratulations, Zach. Second Group 1. Is it any better feeling than the first?
It's as good. It never gets old. No, that was as cruisy a Group 1 as you'll get. I'm very privileged to get the ride on a smart filly like that. Obviously, I was quite lucky to get on her, but massive honour and thrill to do it for Hermitage and Mr. Waller as well.
Small field, but did everything go to plan?
Honestly, I didn't really have much of a plan heading into the race. I wasn't quite sure how everyone would assess the first furlong, and just wanted to begin well and then sum it up from there. And probably the last horse I expected to lead, Tommy, took it up, and I really wanted to get cover on my filly just to get her to switch on throughout the race, and luckily I was able to do that, and she felt like the winner a long way out.
What about the roar of that crowd?
Yeah, it was fantastic. I could listen to it and embrace it a bit more than the Stradbroke, but that was a great feeling.
Jason Collett in the saddle, and the light is on. We're ready now for the Premier Stakes. Stand by. And they're racing. Think about it, jumped all right. Coal Crusher and Marzu were the first two into stride, and Coal Crusher's going to lead from Marzu. Think about it being restrained wide out, heavily restrained. Giga Kick gets in front of him with Airman going up the inside. Bandy's Boy and Bella Nipotina's last. It's the Joe Pride duo up front. Coal Crusher leading from Marzu, whilst Think About It's back last. Airman goes to third. Giga Kick goes to fourth. Then Bella Nipotina, Bandy's Boy and Think About It's been snagged all the way back to last. Coal Crusher in front at the 600 metres, out by a half to Marzu. Then came Airman. Giga Kick is beautifully positioned coming to the turn. Then came Bella Nipotina, Bandy's Boy, and 2 lengths away to Think About It. It's Coal Crusher at big odds from the stablemate Marzu into the straight. Giga Kick is about to peel out. Then Bandy's Boy, Airman up the fence. Bella Nipotina riding for luck. Think About It still last. Coal Crusher, Marzu. Airman up the inside. Will this be a result for bookies? Airman went up the inside. Now Marzu starting to launch. Bella Nipotina late through the centre. Coal Crusher keeps coming. It's Airman and Marzu. Bella very late. Airman the inside. Marzu, I think Airman a nose to Marzu. Close up Bella Nipotina in a 3-way go. Giga Kick took forever to warm up. Then Coal Crusher. Think About It got well back, made some headway, and Bandy's Boy was last in.
Airman may have caused an upset here. Airman on the inside. This has been a day for Zach Lloyd if he has done it. And he has. Airman's won it at around 50 to 1. Has beaten Marzu. Bella Nipotina in third. And Airman has dented a few reputations here today. Giga Kick wasn't in the race. And Think About It has been beaten comfortably. Zach Lloyd and Airman for Team Hawks have caused a boil-over in the Premier Stakes.
Well. The bookies have got the lot. He's promised so much and it's taken him a long time to deliver, and he's upset some big names doing so. So when you're hot, you're hot. And Zach's done it again. He's got Zardozi to come, and who knows what he's going to do on Molly. So that's amazing. He has held them all off. They may have got a rest up front. Those backmarkers didn't come into play. Disappointing Giga Kick, I must say. Bella's done really good. Keeps her Tab Everest Opes alive. And, just drag back. Think About It. And had a lot to do, but still didn't finish off as expected.
Corey, Zach Lloyd is just having one of those days.
He's having one of those days. He's actually having one of those months. Every position that he takes up, he's getting all the luck. Again, he's got great hands. He's got great balance. Horses run for him. Just showed again there today. Once he got that inside run and he let that horse down, he's riding great.
McDonald couldn't have given Giga Kick a better run. Where's he at? Another run, you said?
I think watching him in the enclosure, I still think he's run off. He's obviously had a long time off, the 12 months, and just getting back into it now. Second run, I still think that run will top him off nicely. Think About It, I think, was the run of the race for me. He got dragged out of his gate, back out of his ground. Didn't have a lot of luck, but I thought he worked to the line well.
Okay, Tim Ryan, what price, what has changed there?
Well, we've just basically switched around the second and third pick. So we've left I Wish I Win, the $5 favourite. Bella Firms, after that good run, $7 into $6. Giga Kick just out of touch, $6 out to $7. Think About It, just out of touch as well, $13 out to $15. And Airman was a $101 chance. If he's going to get in the race, he's a $34 chance.
Well, Michael, what do you think of that?
Well, I'm going to start off by saying that young Zach came out and obviously he's just ridden a Group 1 winner in the Flight Stakes, and we spoke about how it would go to plan and hopefully we're fourth one out, but in saying that he walked away. He said, listen, don't worry. He said, I'll win, we'll get in the Everest, and the rest is history.
Did you believe him?
No, I didn't. But look, to be fair, he rode him really well. He was on the fence. You know, this horse, we've always believed in him. Last start, we took him to 14. He loomed up at the 200 and probably just didn't really go on with it, to be fair. And, you know, he does have a little bit of a mind of his own, but in saying that, he switched on today and Zach gave him a beautiful ride, albeit he couldn't go anywhere. He had James outside him and it's just beautiful.
Obviously, you thought there was a good race in him. but he wasn't showing that on the track on race day.
No, not this prep, and even probably last prep was a little bit difficult for us. And you know, he's a gelding, but he's always shown that he's had the ability. His wins here previously in Benchmark Company, he got back and he really wanted to rock it home. And look, as we get older, you know, things can go a bit wayward, but we've just tried to change things up, keep him a bit fresh, and the clients who are in him have been fantastic. They haven't really said much and let us do what we need to do, and there you go, he's a Group 2 winner now.
Where do you think he'll run next?
Well, look, we're open to all offers, Gregory. All offers.
Why not? Well done today.
Thank you, and look, great for Zach too. I'm really proud. He's been a great supporter of ours, and he's riding really well.
Yep, and vice versa. You've been great supporters of his as well, and now he's with Corey.
Well done, Zacko. Riding like a man possessed.
I don't know what's going on, but I got the cattle underneath me, and yeah, they're all growing a leg today, which is good.
He looked the winner a long way out. Although he didn't win by a big margin, he looked the winner.
Yeah, I've always had a lot of confidence in this horse, and when he won here, I think it was Epsom Day last year, he blew them away, and obviously it was a very strong field today. You got a probably secondary Everest, and I went into the race with a lot of confidence, but under no illusion that there's a lot of good horses around me, but he done everything right. It's probably the best track I've ever ridden on, so I was more than happy to go up the fence, and yeah, great effort by the team and the horse.
Save a bit for later, mate.
Thank you, Corey.
Metropolitan, 2,400 metres. Blindfold removed. The gates are back and they're off and racing. The big field are on their way. Methuselah was one of the first into stride with Athabaskan and Future History. They're the trio vying for the front. Military Mission's going to take a prominent spot. Unusual Legacy's a lot closer than usual as well. And they're followed wide out by Serpentine, who's cast very wide in the early part. First Light plonks down midfield on the inside of Allegron. They're followed by K Tempesta, Land Legend. Zardozi caught 3 wide at the 2,000. They're followed further back by Trust in You, 3 wide with a back to follow. Then came Straff Tay. Cleveland gets back from Etna Rosso. Then Wycliffe and Immediacy drew the outside barrier, was taken back to last. Going on with the job now is Serpentine, and Serpentine takes the lead away from Athabaskan. Methuselah Mahandy third, Future History fourth, the rails. So the post-time favourite Unusual Legacy will settle fifth and much closer than usual. Zardozi's on a 3 wide path on the outside of Allegron. Military Mission buried down on the fence. They're followed by First Light on the inside of Land Legend. 2 lengths further back to the former Italian K Tempesta on the inside of the Kiwi, Trust in You. A length and a half to Straff Tay from Etna Rosso. Well back in the field then is Cleveland, and Wycliffe is back last. Immediacy is second last. So about 16 lengths covers the field, and Serpentine in the hands of Tim Clark leads the way. Methuselah is getting closer at the 1,000 metres now, 3/4 of a length away. Athabaskan leaders back, then Future History. Unusual Legacy next, looks to be a little bit deep. Then came Allegron from Military Mission. Zardozi's been 3 wide from the outset. Further back to First Light on the inside of Land Legend. 2 lengths away to K Tempesta from Trust in You. Then came Straff Tay looking to improve as they start to zip things up now at the 600 metres. Serpentine a half in front to Methuselah, Future History, Athabaskan, Unusual Legacy. Land Legend starting a fast run around the field. Rhys Jones sets it alight on the outside of Zardozi as they straighten up now. Serpentine looks all out, and Land Legend sustains that run coming up the rise and burst to the front with Zardozi the pursuer on the inside. It's Land Legend and Zardozi, the 2 protagonists in the Metropolitan. Land Legend and Zardozi, they knuckle out a great finish. Zardozi on the inside of Land Legend. Land Legend, Zardozi, nothing in this. Stride for stride, they hit the line. It's a bob of the heads. Dead set, a swing of the heads there. Land Legend may have dropped it on Zardozi. It's a photo finish. Unusual Legacy and Trust in You for third. Then came Etna Rosso from Allegron. Straff Tay, First Light, Serpentine. Further back to Methuselah from Wycliffe. Immediacy, Athabaskan, Military Mission. Then came K Tempesta, Future History, and Cleveland was last to finish.
It's a photo in the Metrop. 2 great friends fighting it out. Rhys Jones looking for his first Group 1 victory. Zach Lloyd looking for his second in a day. Has Rhys won his first? Has Zach won 2 on a big day at Royal Randwick? 2 former gun apprentices who are close-knit in that jockey's room. Rhys Jones pushes Land Legend's head out. Zardozi coming back. It might be the Chestnut. It might be Rhys Jones's big day.
Head on.
Land Legend is going to give Rhys Jones his first Group 1 victory. We're waiting on that number to go up. Number 14, Land Legend, looks to have won it, but still no numbers from the judge. Are we missing that nose on the inside with Zardozi, which is obscured? Still no numbers up. Land Legend and Zardozi hitting the line locked together, and then about 3.5 lengths back to another tight finish for third, and it could almost be a dead heat between Trust in You and Unusual Legacy. 14's got it, Land Legend. Well, now the story is complete for all those young boys who grew up in that jockey's room together. Dylan Gibbons, Tyler Schiller, Zach Lloyd, and finally, Rhys has got his. But importantly today, you've given Rhys Jones his first.
Yeah, it was a good result. Rhys is a hard-working jockey, and he's in Sydney 52 weeks of the year, and he's only a young chap, so we've all been through it, and that first Group 1 win is probably your most important one. It gives you the confidence to back yourself.
And these are the day when you have to go searching for a number of jockeys who can ride the weight.
Yeah, well, Rhys is a natural lightweight rider, so that's a big tick for us. Plus riding in Sydney, as I said, it's pressure 52 weeks of the year, and yeah, he deserves it.
Big performance by Land Legend.
It was, yeah. I appreciate Mr. Ho's support. He's a great racing enthusiast around the world, and he loves Sydney racing, and he's bought some nice horses and obviously had some good results, and he gets a good thrill out of each and every one of them.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
There's Chris's second Group 1 today, and Corey Brown is about to congratulate and talk to Rhys Jones.
Well done, Rhysy. Like, after all the other guys riding their Group 1 wins, you thought it was never going to come, but the day's here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, I was been patiently waiting my turn. To see all the other boys get up and do it, I've always wanted to knock that off, and to get it done here today, I couldn't be happier. I'm proud of myself.
Were you always confident in the run?
No. Once Zardozi kind of got the head on me, I had to really dig deep, and so did the horse, to his credit. He was there for me when I needed him, and he kept on finding and was able to get the bobbin on the line, so even better to knock Zach off too. He was the first to congratulate me, obviously being next to me, but yeah, it's just a surreal feeling.
Well done, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Corey, and just thank you to everyone's kind of helped me along the way and to get me here. I know my family were very proud watching him at home. I'm with Mum and Neil, so credit to my manager as well. He was he's stuck it out tough with me, especially yesterday. So look, just amazing feeling.
Well done and well said.
Sorry, thank you.
And we're ready. Here we go. Racing. And Berkshire Shadow is last out. Chaya Wolf wasn't great out. It's going to settle in the second half of Bunch Field. Kintyre and Major Beale with the first two out there vying for the lead. Moving forward is Arctic Glamour, Osbred Flirt handy together with Chrysaor, Redina. Royal Patronage is out very, very wide. So is My Oberon. Kovalik is going to settle dead set midfield on the fence. On the inside there of Berkshire Shadow. Tom Kitten's about 3 and 4 wide going to the first turn and going forward as well, Tom. Chaya Wolf's back in the second half of the field as they find their slots. Lock Eagles off the course in the big field. Then came Molly Bloom. Galeron got tight for room from Firestorm. Detonator Jack out deep. And Democracy Manifest is well back in the field. And McHale officially the last. 800 to go. Major Beale in front from the stablemate Royal Patronage. Kintyre leaders back third. 2 lengths away to Redina. On the outside of Arctic Glamour, Osbred Flirt. My Oberon cast wide, but staying in a wide position, keeping up a comfortable rhythm. Followed then by Chrysaor in the middle of the ruck. They're followed then by Berkshire Shadow. Kovalika creeping up on the fence. And Tom Kitten's wide. Right behind him is the favourite Chaya Wolf pulling to the outside. Major Beale comes up the rise in front from Royal Patronage. Kintyre, then Arctic Glamour. Further back to My Oberon. Kovalika's looking for a gap door. Got shut out there. Racing to a narrow lead is Royal Patronage. Now the favourite's coming. Chaya Wolf right down the outside. Tom Kitten tries to go with him, but Chaya Wolf with the wind in his sails draws away for a big one in the Epsom. Beating Tom Kitten. Photo third, Royal Patronage and Kovalika. Followed by Arctic Glamour, then Firestorm, Major Beale, Berkshire Shadow, Kintyre, Democracy Manifest, Mikhail the Fence, further back to Nugget, then came Molly Bloom, Osbred Flirt, Redina, Lock Eagle, Galeron, Detonator Jack and Chrysaor. That's been a win, Jaya Wolf.
Big win, best horse in the race. Chad Schofield and Joe Pride combined to win the Epsom. It is Joe's second Epsom, and it's his fourth big Randwick mile. 2 Epsoms to go with 2 Doncasters. And Chad Schofield wins his 5th career Group 1 on a serious racehorse. We still don't know how good he is.
What a training performance to have just know he could come back in distance. He knew the pattern of previous winners. He knew he had a horse in form by Joe Pride, and that's a monster win from him. He just overpowered him. Tom Kitten was great having to make an early move. So Godolphin so close but so far in those previous 2 races. And Royal Patronage has held on for 3rd there. So, one act affair, and he lands massive bets there, ladies. And we saw why.
A great training performance, not only a training performance but a ride as well. To have Chad Schofield on board, obviously he's riding lighter than what he'd normally ride, but to not panic after being a fraction slow away and letting the race unfold underneath you, and then to put him into the right spot, knowing that this horse had the turn of foot that he had. Terrific ride.
You rode a lot of Joe Pride's best horses, and the majority of them were sprinters. Has he ever had a horse like this?
I don't think so, no, Greg. This horse is untapped, as we know, and it's the first time today that he turned up and he actually looked great in the enclosure. He's been quite wintry and woolly looking, but this horse, the sky's the limit. They've got nowhere near the ceiling to this horse yet. He's very exciting.
Yes, here comes Chad Schofield back after winning the Epsom. It is a wonderful moment in any jockey's career to win a big mile at Randwick. For this trainer, Joe Pride, it's his 18th Group 1 victory, but it's his 4th Randwick mile. 2 Doncasters, 2 Epsoms, and a horse that could take him anywhere. He had a decision to make, Ronnie. Did he step him up in distance after that 2,000 metres, or place him perfectly back to a mile knowing he was going to be as strong as an ox?
Well, he's a straight shooter, and every time I asked him, he didn't know. And I'm sure he didn't know what he wanted to do with him until not long after his last run. So he's obviously picked the right race. He's a horse that could be anything in the autumn. So he's picked up a major prize here. Whether he wants to go on and have another go, why not? Or if he says, okay, I could win everything with him next year from 1,400 to 2,000 metres, and who knows, even further.
Okay, can't find Joe Pride. He hasn't made his way up here yet. He'll be on his way in a moment after winning another big mile. Here he comes now. Congratulations, Joe. Have you ever trained a horse like this?
I haven't, not a middle distance horse. No, I've trained some pretty good sprinters, but this is a very special horse. Big engine, and he's really exciting. I've been in love with him for a long time. So.
And you racked your brain deciding what to do, what to target, and you picked it.
Hadn't even made up my mind about this race, so the next one's going to be even harder, isn't it? But I watched the Quinella of the last race, and I thought, geez, maybe I should have run in the Metro. And the luxury of having a good horse is you can go a lot of different ways with them. So it's up to. We'll have a look at him when he gets home, but I just want to savour that because I think it's a really special win for a horse on the rise.
Your 4th big Randwick mile, but I think probably the most stylish of all of them, that win?
Yeah, yes, I'd say so. I mean, Vision and Power did it at the end of his career. Sacred Choice did it on a heavy 10. I mean, I don't want to take anything away from Private Eye there, probably a little bit of a similar win as a 4-year-old, but this horse is on his way somewhere pretty special. And these guys, it's a fantastic journey they're on.
It's a wonderful feeling to have, not knowing where this ceiling is and going along for the ride.
It sure is. And he's just a horse that gives you a lot of confidence because he's by a stallion that they get better with age, and he's out of a Charmadale mare. He's got so much going for him. So really, really pumped about that.
What about the way he travelled?
Yeah, he's a good horse. Look, I had a lot of faith in Chad, and I think I had a few critics that I'd put him on, but I've got a lot of faith in Chad. I think he's a very good rider. He doesn't always get a lot of opportunity, but he was so confident coming into today. He couldn't see him getting beat. I was really, and when you've got a jockey that's really confident, it makes a big difference.
Joe, I wonder what his best distance is.
Somewhere between this and 2,000 metres, I'd say.
Okay. Yeah. Good luck finding the next race.
Yeah, no worries, thank you.
Congratulations, Chadley. What a horse.
Very good horse, Brownie. It didn't quite go to plan. I hoped to be a lot closer than I was, but we just didn't step away, and there was a heap of pressure early, and I didn't really want to bustle him up for the sake of being a length or two closer, so I just let him travel. Quite a muddling tempo, but I was wide and able to keep flowing. Got on the back of Tom Kitten, and I got plenty of clear air at the top of the straight, and he showed a blistering turn of foot.
When were you starting to gather confidence?
Travelled really well, but throughout the race I was a bit worried I was too far back and had too much to do, but as soon as I clicked him into gear at the top of the straight, he just dropped and went bang, and I knew I was the winner immediately.
What about the weight? How's the weight?
Good, yeah. I was prepping all week to ride 53 with busting in the Premiere, so I was light. I was light from Wednesday onwards, so I made it pretty comfortably.
Well done, buddy.
Thanks.
We're ready to go. And the big field are off here on the last race of the day. Briassa's jumped quite well together with Inhibitions. Rhythm of Love right there, and now Elson Boy put the foot down, and Elson Boy's going to lead from Rhythm of Love. Moravia and Ostraka's very close up, running fourth on the rails. Then Corniche. Now Briassa's caught wide and hanging a bit. Fall for Cindy pushing through. They're followed further back by Port Lockroy. Then Battleton, Cuban Real off the track from a Murther and the White Cap going forward. Further back to Estero, Inhibitions, and the last to Estadio Mestea and Infancy. So Elson Boy running along by 3/4 of a length to Moravia. Kanish goes to third. Rhythm of Love. Briassa's out very wide. Been heavily back, Briassa, but facing a big task from there. Back on the inside, Ostraka leaders back from Fall for Cindy as they straighten up now. Elson Boy up the rise, led by a length on Moravia, getting closer. Ostraka's coming off heels. Briassa still trying the outside. He's trying really hard. It's Moravia in front from Ostraka and Briassa the outside. Moravia in front from Ostraka. Briassa's running wide, and Ostraka charging through the middle. Late on the scene, Port Lockroy. Ostraka's won the last. Ostraka from Moravia. And what about the run at Port Lockroy? Charging into third. Briassa, a huge run in fourth. Followed by Infancy. Estadio Mestea flashing at the end from Elson Boy. Then came Battle and Estero. Inhibitions. Kanish dropped off from Amur. Cuban Real, Fall for Cindy, and Rhythm of Love.
Ostraka has come back really well, left a winner and has come back a winner. Jason Collett with the win in the last. Annabelle Neesham and Rob Archibald. There's Moravia in front. You'll see Port Lockroy in the yellow colours. Well, you probably don't see it. Still obscured there by Ostraka. Waiting on those numbers to go up. It'll be Ostraka in front of Moravia, then Port Lockroy. And how in the world Briassa kept going and loomed as a winner. It's run fourth.
Yeah, no excuses for Briassa. Maybe no dancing tonight, but it was a very good win. It's amazing what a bit of confidence can do, and Moravia, McDonald just had him in the right spot all the way. The map went according to plan, and pretty well the result went according to plan with the big three right amongst the top four there. And Port Lockroy is one to follow. He'll get better, and yeah, who knows? Might be a little rough. Golden Eagle chance.
It's been a frustrating day for Jason Collett, but he put that horse in the perfect position, bided his time, let the horse go through its gears. It didn't win by a big margin, but it was a really nice win and a great ride by Jason Collett.
Yeah, well, they're still talking to him, Corey, in the steward's room, aren't they? Don't think they've wrapped up his ride on Think About It, dragging all the way back in the Premiere?
Yeah, I think if he had his time again, Greg, he would have elected to roll forward, because he could have ended up in perfect run, it could have ended up in the 1-1, but he elected to drag back, and the speed just kept coming out of the race, and it just made it very difficult for him. I still thought the horse's run was good, but yeah, he's still in the steward room answering questions.
Oh, we've got a lot to talk about the Everest on tomorrow morning's show. 1997, which is, I think, pretty similar, Ronnie. Can you go back to the Premiere and what they ran in that race? They've run home in 33.46 here, 33.46, and the overall time was 19.97. And I don't think there was much of a difference with the Premiere.
Yeah, they went run 9.73 in the Premiere and home in 33.46.
Same time home?
Yes.
33.46. All right, Annabelle's got Ostraka going really well. Trip to Queensland, went out a winner. and has come back a winner.
Yeah, he's really progressive, and he's sort of still relatively lightly raced, but he's come back a much more confident horse after that trip to Queensland. Obviously finished on a high up there, but great to see him put two together now up here, down here.
You're going to keep him sprinting?
I'll see what Jason thinks, but there's a race like the Silver Eagle possibly in a fortnight. But we know it can get a little bit further than that. There's obviously, you've got a Golden Eagle a bit further down the track. Obviously, that's going to be a strong race, but maybe the 1300 next start, and then we'll go from there.
And that'll tell you, I think it's worth $1 million.
Yeah, the prize money is extraordinary. So, yeah, we'll see how he pulls up and make a plan from there, but he was terrific.
Well done.
Thank you.
Here's Annabelle. Winning the last with Ostraka and Jason Collett. Corey will be talking to Jason Collett in just a moment. Quaddie today, we're on races 7, 8 and 9. The first leg went to Airman, horse number 5 at officially I think 40 to 1. Second leg, the Metrop, went to Land Legend. Third leg, the Epsom, went to Chawolf, and Ostraka brought it home. Numbers 5, 14, 7 and 4, and that quaddie is paid in New South Wales $13,147. Here's Jason.
Well done, Jace. Annabelle's got this horse flying.
He is, yeah. She put me on track work, and I don't know if that was a great idea, but...
Got a speeding ticket?
No, the other way. I thought there was a problem there, but no, he's fantastic. Obviously, he's got gate speed, but he's you know, like last day, he can be ridden quieter off a bag gate. So obviously today made use of that gate, and yeah, good job.
Well done, mate.
Thanks.